off the cylinder heads and exposing the cylinders. So we got that done. And as you can see, I have, as promised, I can flip this camera around, I have repainted the cylinder head crankshaft sits in there, thingamajig. But what I'm doing today, and it's going to be a very boring video because it's been a pain in the bum, but I don't know if you can see there, I've been trying really hard to get off this old gasket. It is proper baked on, so look at that. It's just crap. I've tried just about everything. I've tried, there's a chisel sitting there, which seems to be working all right. I've tried a wire brush. What I haven't tried is a tip that I just got is that rub some turpentine on it. So that's what we're going to do after we set up this camera. Yeah, I've got night shift tonight, so it's not going to be a very long shift. It's not going to be a very long video. That's what I'm trying to say. So we'll set this bad boy up. Ooh, there we go. And where are we? There's the motorbike there. Looking good, isn't it? Just lots of cleaning, lots of degreasing. That's pretty much all I'm doing. But get this angle down a little bit. And I chose a bad day to wear grey pants. But that's what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to set myself up and let that just do its thing in the background. And we're going to need a rag. So we've got one sitting around here somewhere. Going to need a drink because this is going to be a while. That one there. Going to need our handy dandy chisel. And where's my terps? There we go. A bottle of mineral terps. So we're just going to set ourselves up right here. Yeah, that'll do. You can see all the crap I've got shed in the background. That's the forge before you ask, yes. And I've had a random, don't know where it came from. Random washer just fell out of nowhere while I was trying to take this old gasket off. But yeah, that's where we're at today. So without further ado, get this thing. I'm going to sit it there so I don't dirty my pants too much. And then we're just going to sit here and angle that camera down a bit more so it doesn't look like I'm playing with myself. There you go, now you can see what I'm doing. Okay. And we're just going to get started, clean, talk crap. This is I really like doing this format of live streams, so no one's watching at the moment, but that's okay. But I really like doing these live streams because I just sit in the shed and do stuff. It's soft drink because I've got to work tonight. Not a sponsor, but they should be because I love it. Yeah, let's see if we can get this bloody old gasket off. I've already got a replacement gasket standing by. I reckon the trick to this is just soak a rag and really rub it in there. Apparently you've got to let it soak, and I don't know how good that's going to work, but I'm not too worried about stripping all the paint I've put on it underneath because it's not like you're going to see it. I just really want to get this bloody gasket off, bruh. So look at that. It's rubbish. It's absolute rubbish. I really just want to remove this gasket so I can put the engine back together, and then I can. I've got my father coming down in like a week, and he's really into his motorbikes, and I want to have this thing running before he. It's like a week or two he comes down in, but I really want to try and have it running before he comes down, so I can be like, hey Dad, check out my motorbike. But yeah, all I really got to do is take this gasket off, and then I can put it back together. And then there's like a couple other bits, like I think the sprockets need to be replaced, and just ordered some more parts. But I was telling the missus yesterday because she's worried about how much money I'm spending on the motorbike. I said it is under $2,000 at the moment that I've spent on it, so that's including the purchase. So apparently we've got a pretty boring live stream going because no one's watching. That is okay. Ugh. That's done. Chuck that there because we're going to need it later. Now we just sit here and scrape away. think it worked. Yeah. I reckon it has. I reckon it's worked. It's just, this is a bloody pain in the ass trying to get this off, eh? I just, curses to whoever, wow, actually Terps works really well. Terps works ridiculously well. Huh. Pretty much dissolving it right before my very eyes. I know you can get like gasket stripper. And honestly, I did think about getting some of that, but all the chemicals that do stuff like softening, like stool softeners, but for a motor. See, something else just dropped down. I have no idea what's going on inside that crankcase there, but that's where we're at. So yeah, this is my life at the moment. Like I think every day I've done something every day with this motorbike. Most of the time it's been pretty good, but honestly I like sitting here and doing stuff. Makes me feel sort of manly, you know, like actually doing stuff in the shed aside from just smacking steel. So yeah, you probably can't really see what I'm doing at that angle to do that. There, now you can see that I'm not playing with myself. Now you can see I'm actually trying to get this old bloody gasket off the motor. So if any of the viewers that occasionally pop in have any tips for removing an old gasket, please by all means drop it in the chat. I'd really like to know, because at the moment I'm just sitting here scraping it off with an old chisel, trying to not gouge out the steel, and also trying to get it done quicker, because this, I'll be sitting here for hours at this rate. But yeah. So what's everyone been up to? There's only one person watching. That's okay. What have you been up to? That's the question. I think last stream I did this, I had guys from the Ivory Coast pop by. I don't think I've ever met anyone from the Ivory Coast, and I thought that was pretty cool. That's what I like about live streaming, is you just get people from all over the world just randomly pop by, say hi, and go back to their lives. And I'd like to be a fly on the wall in some homes just to see how other people live. Oh, you're gone. That's right. Nobody's feeling it today, but that's all right. That is okay, because I have really got to get this done. I want to get this motor back together. I want to put the motor on the motorbike instead of just having pieces of motorbike in my shed. I actually want to have a whole motorbike, because you can't really see it in frame there. Turn that a little bit. There's no motor in it. That thing was a lot heavy. This was a lot heavier than I thought it was going to be. Like, I knew it was going to be heavy. I just didn't realize it was going to be, you know, half the weight of the motorcycle was going to be its motor. But we live and we learn. So I reckon I'm just going to keep... The one thing I haven't tried, and it was the same when I tried to get that old oil filter bolt off, is heat. And I don't know if I should try heat. I think I should. You just give it a go. It's the worst that can happen. This is heat resistant paint on this thing, and it's a piece of steel, and it's designed to get hot. So honestly, anything quicker than sitting here with a bloody chisel trying to scrape this off without damaging it. Now look at that, it just will not come off. Oh, bugger it. I'm going to try heat. We'll see what happens. Probably nothing exciting. This probably also won't work, but... yeah. Oops. Anyway. Oh. I'm not going to have that between my legs while I'm trying this, because that would be a silly idea. How much gas I got left? Enough. Now I was thinking, I don't have any tools made out of copper or brass, but I do have the capacity in my brain and my hands and tool set to make tools made out of brass and copper. And I could just keep chucking it back in the forge, heating it up, and then using that to scrape, but we'll try a gentle application of heat See if that works. Because there's no parts here that are like, it's all steel. It's not like it's going to get really badly damaged if I try and get this off with a blowtorch. And if I just keep moving the blowtorch, I might be lucky enough that, I don't want to get my nose in that smoke. Might be lucky enough that this will soften up the gasket material just enough for me to actually be able to lift it off. Or it could make it worse. I don't know. But we're about to find out. Either way, we're about to find out. So we're just gonna keep the blowtorch moving, put heat over the gasket. You can tell it's made out of rubber because I can smell it. And see if this softens up the material enough for me to be able to just lift it off. Wouldn't that be nice? I reckon that'd be brilliant if I could do that. And some crap out of these holes too. Please, I hope for the love of God that this works. I'm sure this is very exciting watching this. A whole lot of nothing happening. Alright. We get a little heat. We'll see what happens if I do this now. I don't think it made any substantial difference. Oh, that's pain in the arse, isn't it? We've just got this. Oh, actually, that might have worked. Oh, that might have worked. Oh, shit. Okay. I think a little bit of heat did help. What is that? Yeah, I can touch it. It's fine. I can just get this lit up on the edges. Oh, if I could peel it off in one go, that would be brilliant. I'd love that. But for those of you just tuning in, we are trying to remove an old gasket that has probably been on since this motor was brand new. And really struggling in removing it. Okay, I reckon if we could just get the chisel really gently. If I could just wiggle it under there after lifting it up, I reckon I might be able to peel it off in one go. Not wanting to come off, that's right. So that's the thing, it's like, it's rubber, but it's not rubber at the same time because it's really fragile. I'm sure that's the way gaskets are designed. Oh, hold on, we might have something going on here. Come on, work with me. Yep. I'm going to be here a while doing this, aren't I? Oh, just use turpentine, they said. It'll soften it up. Oh, crap. Oh, I'm just going to have to use a chisel the entire time. Woe is me. I think this will be the longest I spend on a single thing that I've done on this motor. We'll be removing this gasket. And we're definitely not going to get it done on stream because it's going to take too long to take it off. And it's like, I don't know, I'm kind of just weighing up my options in my mind at the moment, and one of the options is go buy some like spray that's actually designed to get gaskets off. I think that might be a good idea because there's less chance of me damaging it if I just use a spray. So I think the issue is maybe because I'm using a sharp tool. Let's try putting some more heat on it. Oh, because I don't really know. Just a bit more heat. Soften it up a little bit. I don't think it's going to work, but I mean, we can at least try. Like the world's going to end if we try something. No. We're just going to have to do it the hard way. Just sit here and painstakingly scrape it with a chisel, which I really didn't want to do, but nothing else is working, so I think I might buy those chemicals after all. So yeah, this is going to turn out to be a very boring stream. My apologies in advance, because I really got to get this gasket off before I put the new gasket on. I know you're probably thinking, you got that wire brush behind you, why don't you use that? Instead of explaining it, how about I just show you? Show you how little difference it makes. Aside from always wanting to skip out of my hand, it works around the rims and like edges of things, but it doesn't work in the areas where I need it to work. So kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place on this one. But we do what we must, because I don't know how bad it is if you leave the old gasket on there and then install one straight over the top. But I'm pretty sure if you could do that, people would do that, and I'm sure people do that and have no issues. But I am cursed with Murphy's Law, so if I was to do that, not only would something go wrong, something would go horribly wrong, and I'd be left without a functioning motor because I skipped a step. So this is just a really, really, really stubborn gasket. Like occasionally it comes off in little peels like that, which is really nice if it did that all the time, but it doesn't. So if you have any tips on how to remove an old gasket, please, I'm all ears, because I don't want to sit here doing this the entire time, but it looks like I'm going to, because every suggestion that I've had from people I have tried. So far, I haven't had suggestions that have yielded any results yet, but I've tried heat, I've tried terps, and terp seems to work really well at taking off the paint, but not the gasket. And I kind of want to keep the heat-resistant paint that's on it. I don't want to keep the gasket though. I'm currently using the chisel method. It can only work so well because it's like I don't want to take off the metal. I don't want to leave deep gouges in it, so I have to go really slowly and really carefully. And it's it's just slow. It's just a very slow process. So if you've got any suggestions on how to remove an old gasket from a motor, again, all ears. I am willing to listen to any suggestions, because I am currently at a loss on how to actually do it. I reckon we can just sit here with the wire brush and you can just listen to the entire time. That's not really working at all. It works really well. Same with the Turks. Works really well taking off the top layer, but that's about it. Yeah, I've got no idea how to remove it. Oh, I've tried just about everything. I really want to stop using that because I keep putting little gouges in the metal, and that's just a bad idea. That was supposed to stick in that bag, and then it jumped straight out. Yeah, so I kind of don't know what to do with it. And everything's going to need a good spray out afterwards. Wait, would degreaser work? Do you reckon? Surely not. Oh wait, no it might. Because rubber doesn't like degreaser, does it? That actually could work. But then, no, there's no other rubber parts in here that I need to worry about. To be sure. I'm not entirely certain. But yeah, no idea. I'm gonna go grab some degreaser though. So I'll be right back. Because I left the bag upstairs, silly bugger. There's like a whole shed here to store that stuff. I left it upstairs. Got my bag of goodies here. We bought $4 degreaser cans from Repco. It was just, ugh. Oh, it stinks like house fire in here. Smells. Alright. I'm going to try, just because I'm curious, I'm going to try a real careful application of that. Let it sit for like a minute or so and then give it a wipe. But yeah, in the meantime, what's been going on? What's everyone up to? Because it is currently spring here and I've been desperately awaiting spring weather. We have had a really good couple of days. Like the weather's warming up in a good way. Like it's not too hot just yet. But it's like just the right temperature. The last couple of days have been just, ooh. Nah, that's not working. So Y brush isn't working. Chisel's not working. Terps isn't working. I think I might just try some sandpaper. I'm less likely to damage stuff if I just use sandpaper. I'll be back again. I've got a whole roll of the stuff right over here. All right, we got 120 grit and 80 grit. 80 grit might be too aggressive. Let's try it. Ooh, that might be just right. Maybe. Hello. What kind of engine is it? So this is a. This is from a. I'll just show you. From that, it's a twin cylinder XS250 from 1979. That is about all I know about it. It's 250cc. And I'm just currently trying to remove the old gasket off of it, which has been the biggest pain in the bum that I have experienced in a long time. Most other things with this motorbike have been really straightforward and easy because I got a whole manual. I know very little about engines. I pretty much know how they work. That's about it. Like I know that fuel and air goes in, it goes boom, and then it goes out. That's the extent of my knowledge about 4-strokes. But I've been learning a lot, and that manual that I got is an old Haynes manual, so it's like an old shop manual for how to service the motorbikes. That has been the biggest help, I reckon. And yeah, a couple of YouTube videos here and there that I've watched on how to do stuff. But naturally, because this thing hasn't been, I think in its past hasn't really been cared for properly. There's a lot of like parts that aren't working as good as they should be. What kind of motorcycle do you have, man? This is my first motorbike, so like if it's the same, if it's a Yamaha XS, you'd be the man to ask. You'd have all the questions. I'm assuming you're a man. You may be a woman, I don't know, but tell us what kind of motorcycle you have anyway. Because yeah, that's the thing I've found, like the community around motorbikes is huge. And like, yeah, it's probably the same when you like do up cars as well, but cars are too big. At least I can pick up the parts on a motorbike by myself, but a car, like you have to have a whole block and tackle, and I've honestly just never been that interested in doing up cars, but honestly I'm like interested in the mechanical side of things now. I never was before, but I am now. That is actually, that's working faster than the chisel, folks. I wasn't expecting it to work faster than the chisel, but it is. Yeah. And somehow it's also working faster than the Y wheel, but problem is I only have one of these pads because it's for an orbital sander, so I'm probably going to need to buy another one. Either way, this isn't going to get finished today, but if we can make some good progress on it, I'd be happy. I'd be very happy to make good progress on it today. Like, there's crap everywhere. I really need to get an air compressor too, honestly, but still haven't told me what kind of motorbike you have. What motorcycle do you have? I'm not going to pretend to know what it is, because like, I'm pretty honest. I know stuff all. But I know that I can move a piece of sandpaper in a backwards and forwards motion. I am capable of doing that. But like I said, I can't sit here forever because I got to go to work tonight. But I can sit here for a little bit and do this and chat to people. So, I don't know what these purple things mean. I think it was like number 1. The Crafter. Hi. Hello, the Crafter. And who's the other person that has a motorbike? Oh, you got... Oh, sorry, man, but the screen's too far away. Dardol Ikla. Dardok Ikla. Where you from, actually? That's a better question. Because like I was saying before, and you guys probably didn't see it because I just probably put crap all over my face, did I? Yeah, who cares? You guys didn't see it, but I was saying before, last stream we had 2 blokes from the Ivory Coast show up, which I thought was really cool. Yeah, I've never had people from the Ivory Coast watching a stream, but I thought that was pretty awesome. So it's yeah. How many countries are there on Earth? Like 200 or something, or just shy of 200. So it's cool to have people from all over the world just pop in every now and then and say hi. I'm a big fan of it. I reckon it's cool. One thing I have noticed though, taking this apart, because like it wasn't running smooth when like I picked it up, and the cylinders aren't dead, but one of the cylinders, I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, I can't remember which one it is now. Put that one up. It's this one. Yeah, this cylinder. Yeah, and you can see the difference when you look down in the cylinder that there's it's got a lot more soot build-up, and that's where am I from? I'm from Australia. So yeah, I was just saying we have springtime now, and it's very, very nice. The temperature is wonderful. It's not cold anymore, because where I am, for Australia, it gets pretty cold. Occasionally gets frost on the grass. We don't get snow because we're not high enough for snow, but yeah, Australia and specifically Queensland. What about yourself? I'm not going to try and guess. Actually, no, give us continent, and I'll try and guess give us continent and something that's like well known about your country, and I'll see if I can guess, because I kind of like geography. Yeah, it's just interesting to see where people are from, I reckon. It's really cool, but like, this is working, but it's still slow. I think everything that I try with this is going to be slow, so that's okay. Don't want to use it on the bare metal though. Scratching everything up. This is tricky, hey? I never would have thought I'd have this much trouble just trying to remove a bloody gasket from a engine block. I guess you can't really call it an engine block because it's not the whole thing. The other half is like, yeah, let's see if this works. Oh, the half is right there, sitting on the bench. So that's the bottom half of it. Yeah, excuse the mess. I suppose it's probably a thing that's pretty consistent. I've stuffed up here. I suppose this thing is probably pretty consistent across the world. Is every man's shed is a little messy. Like, I know where everything is, mostly, except the occasional screw or bolt that I'm missing, but yeah, it's like organised chaos. That's the way I keep my sheds. Organised chaos. So, I think I am going to have to end up getting some of that gasket stripper though, I reckon. Because they apparently do make a chemical that helps with this, but I had a look at a can of it yesterday. I really should have just bought it. Had a look at a can of it yesterday. It was like $30 odd. Oh man, inflation gone wild. But, yeah, actually, let's take a. I just got to keep an eye on the time because I have to end the stream around like 2:30. Let's just take you for a little tour of the bike. So obviously that's the cylinder head. That's what I'm working on. Those are the exhaust ports, intakes. It's being painted with like exhaust paint. We've got the engine block, the lower half, crankcase. That's not it. This one over here. So I've already ordered a replacement for that, and this washer there because that's all stuffed. Needs a good clean. Yeah, most everything else is all right though. So from my limited knowledge and the consultation I've had with this bad boy here, and then we've got the actual motorbike itself. So what I've done so far is these had to be replaced, and unfortunately the best replacement they could come up with was this, like, I'm going to just flip it around. These foam things. Yeah, handlebars. I'm not a terribly huge fan of the handlebars. I don't like the Harley style bent back sort of thing. The original ones kind of come straight out, and I'm thinking eventually I'll replace them, but they have been repainted, although because it used to be chrome. Oh yeah, take care of yourself as well, man. Although it used to be like chrome, the paint didn't really take on it, but these have been repainted as well. That's like a whole brand new mirror. Yeah, that's been repainted. I've ordered a service kit for the cylinder in there because this thing, and like, it's not connected, so it's not going to return. But like the rubber on there's a little plunger that sits here, and when you squeeze on that, it pushes the plunger, increases pressure in here, and the pressure in the brake line increases the pressure in the, I don't know what it's called. That's where the calipers are anyway. They squeeze on that little disc like that, and they slow down the front tire. That needs to be replaced because the rubber on it's kind of shot. But this is the old mirror that's also been painted. So yeah, that's pretty much the extent of what I've done and completed. This here, this isn't the original, and it's missing the start button. I have ordered, actually it's arrived. I've got a replacement for that one. So this is a replacement for that one. That's our replacement. As you can see, there's no start button on it. It's just simple lights on off. It's pretty similar to that one. But yeah, that's going to be replaced, rewired, what have you. Throttle cable. Look, I spent like $1,000 buying this. I've spent maybe nearly $1,000 on parts. I had it all saved up, so I've been wise about buying things. But the throttle cable's fairly shot. Like it's fairly rusty. It's stretched out. The other end of it's pretty rooted. I've got to replace the throttle. I need at some point to borrow someone's multi-ray from work and see if multimeter from work and see if I can test these and make sure they're still okay. Those are the ignition coils, I think, those things. Anyway, they generate a big ass charge and it comes down these lines into your spark plug. They need to be tested. If they're good, I'll keep them. If not, I am able to get replacements of them. And yeah, most everything else is okay. Like the tires need to be replaced. They're too old and they're cracked and everything. Back sprocket here, I don't know if you can see that, but the teeth are pretty bad on it. That needs to be done. Already got a sprocket replace kit and a new chain on its way. So, yeah. And then it's just a matter of that has to be replaced. Brakes need to be redone. Tires need to be redone. The back brakes are okay. But there needs to be new tires, and then it's good for a roadworthy. And then I can get it registered because it doesn't have a bloody number plate at the moment. But yeah, so that's it. That's the motorbike. So turn this camera back around. Get back to what we were doing, which was whoops. Didn't mean to do that. I think I must have actually locked my phone then. Anyway, so yeah, that's it. And if anyone's got any advice whatsoever for things I should do, things I shouldn't have to worry about too much, I'm more than happy to hear it. But that's basically where we are. And now we're sitting here in our shed in between night shifts, sanding off old gaskets. So, and then I've got to give this another clean out because now it's full of like old gasket dust. And I'm sure that's not good for your motor. But all the parts over there are just sitting on an old piece of newspaper just begging to be put back in because they're sick of sitting outside. I get it, I hear you. I've only had them out of the crankcase for like, it wouldn't even be a week. Like, last time I streamed was basically when I took them out. But it's good. It's good. I got something here that I can use to clean this out. Basically just gonna probably take it to work once it's done and give it a blowout with like compressed air. Or I can just get a crap ton of brake cleaner and just use that. Go to Super Cheap and get the super cheap stuff. So aside from that, yeah, that's been about it. Anyone else in the chat worked on a motorbike before? What was your experience like? Because mine's been like lots of highs and lots of lows. But it's good. I'm learning stuff. I'm getting somewhere with it. And like, I cannot wait to put all this back together so I don't have parts lying around the shed everywhere. I can finally get the shed cleaned again because I had it cleaned and made it a mess again because there's bits everywhere. Yeah, it'd be good to be able to put everything back together. Hopefully it runs. It should run better anyway because there's a couple parts that like, when I opened it up, we're like, ooh, that needs a real good clean. Oh, that's right. The contact breaker still needs to be rewired. So I know nothing about wiring motorbikes. I know nothing about servicing motorbikes, but I am slowly learning. And contact breaker needs to be rewired because the wires on that are like all frayed and come out at different angles. And they're supposed to come out at different angles, but not the angles they come out at. That's basically where I'm at. Yeah, I reckon I don't know, I've got that chisel now. Nah, I threw it away, that's right. We'll just use the screwdriver. keep a shallow angle with a screwdriver. So like, oh, I just use a plastic tool. The steel tools that I'm using on this take so long to remove material that I think if I tried to use a plastic tool, I might actually go insane. Yeah, I mean, I get why they want you to use a plastic tool, but it's like, yeah, it's all just pain in the bum trying to do all this stuff, you know. But it's got to be done. It must be done. There you go. It's going to come off now. It's like I must be the world's slowest gasket remover, to be honest. It's taken me such a long time to actually get the stuff off. And yeah, I'm just really worried about gouging stuff out because, like, even the screwdriver's gouging it out. I know it's like cast iron, so it gouges real easy. Especially when you're using steel tools with hardened steel tips and oh well, one thing for it. So that, yeah, degrees of trick didn't really work. I'll probably try and put some more methyl on. I'm just looking at all the chemicals I got on the shelf and thinking like, what can I use? Because nothing really wants to work. I think I might pop by the shops on the way home from work tomorrow and buy some gasket strip iron. I think that might be the way forward. Because at the moment it's just taken ages to do this. Oh, getting somewhere. Crazy idea. Maybe I could hook up the orbital sander and just... Oh look, anything that's quicker than sitting here and doing this, I'm a fan of. I might go a different, might go a lighter grit on the sander though. I'm gonna do that. Alright, I'll be back. I'm gonna set the bad boy up. And hopefully that leads forward to victory. What we got here? Leave that on the bench. Oh yeah. Got 80 grit. Oh, I have 20 grit. I didn't even realise that. I'm using 20. That's too rough. 120. That'll do. Now we use 120 grit. Orbital sander. I'm nearly set up, guys. Nearly done. Yeah. Make sure that works. It's a little loud, but I suppose it's probably no louder than a who's texting me? Yeah. This is no louder than a wire brush. So this is what I do for fun now, apparently. Anyway, see if this works. I'm gonna very, very, very slowly do this. think maybe gently try the 80 grip, which I've left on the bench far out, and get sitting up and down trying to do this. Bloody silly. Right, we're going to use the pad that we've already used because I occasionally use this for working with timber, and I hate working with timber, but so as you can see, I'm more of a you probably can't see that in the background from there. I'm more of a metal worker with the anvil and the forge, but metal's pretty forgiving. You can be rough with it, and it doesn't mind. So what we'll do is we'll do this for 30 seconds and then have a look. I don't know if you can see that there, right there. A little bit of a breakthrough in the gasket. That's good. How much thickness we got left there? Not much. Okay, so I reckon if we get it to that stage and switch to 120 so we don't mar the metal too much, and then we're probably going to have to, if it is a little bit scratchy, we're going to have to sand it smooth again, but... That is working so well. I don't know why I didn't try this early. Look at all that dust though. I'm sure that's terrible for me to breathe in, so I try to blow it away from my body, but it's you know what I should do? Because I am a little bit like, yeah, safety's pretty important. I'm gonna chuck on a respirator because I'm sure that gasket material, I mean, this is from like the 70s and the 80s, so I mean, everything from the 70s and 80s has some form of asbestos or some sort of carcinogen in it. I honestly don't wear this thing all that much, so I've kind of forgotten how to put it on. Yeah, something like this. But I wear masks all the time for work, so it's not like it's terribly difficult to do that. I just want to do that. Step over that one. There we go. A quick negative pressure test. It's not the best seal, but it's better than nothing. That's better. Can you hear me well, or do I need to do this every time I want to talk? So, yeah, it's kind of like whatever, but gotta do what you're gonna do. So yeah, that's working a charm. Luckily for me, that sander doesn't seem to be scratching up the surface too much, but you can see that. You can see the shiny bits. It's working. So, I reckon what we'll do, this is really annoying having this here, but it's better than breathing in whatever's in this gasket. Turn that around. Put this back on. Yeah. So I reckon it's this nose. Because I've got a big nose. I have trouble putting it over my nose, but that's better. Where's that clip going? Big head, big nose, big everything. Not everything, but yeah. This is working really well. Orbital sander with, I think it's 80 grit. 80 grit we got on it. I think what's happening here is this thing is getting a little blocked up. Oh no, it's not. Anyway, it's working a charm. So, alright, a bit of dog hair in my mouth. There you go. If you need to get off an old gasket, far out. Get yourself a orbital sander. This thing cost me like what, $20 from Bunnings. A couple like sanding sheets. Don't go too hard of a grit though. Fucking dog hair, far out. This works. It works really well. Don't forget to wear PPE. And yeah, and don't get dog hair in your respirator. It's terrible. Alright, we'll keep at it until we've got this done, and I think then we'll call it quits on the stream. We'll see how far we get.
Those things hurt your hands after a while.
Oh, it's easier to talk like that if you just hold it away from my mouth. Yeah, that's working really well. But it's almost time to end the stream, so I'm not sure I'm going to get it done today. I'd really like to, because ideally I can take this into work, because I still don't have an air compressor here. I really should get one, but ideally I'd like to take it into work today and give it a blowout. And I really should, but get as much as I can get done now. I'd say we'll call it quits in like 12 minutes-ish. We'll end the stream then.
Until then, more sanding. We have 5 minutes left, and we got most of it done. I reckon if we give it a good solid 5, we can get all of it done. And then I can take it straight to the car so I don't forget it. Let's go. Do a hot swap. Alright. That's us done. Finished.
Alright, so I was expecting that to be something that I have to do over a couple of days, but here we are, end of the stream, and we're finished with our thing. So we're now on a nice clean mating surface. First of all though, we're gonna take this to work, give it a blowout, and then give it a really good, I might get a bit of a wire brush down these cylinders here. Bores, I think they're called. I'm gonna do that right now, actually. Just tuck that in there and just, yeah, give it a really good brush out. Sorry, blowout, and then we're just going to that, but with compressed air, and then we're just gonna. No, I'm not gonna do everything now. No, anything else want to fall over? And then we're just gonna, you can see there now. Oh, I keep getting distracted. And then we're just going to get some brake cleaner and spray that through it, because brake cleaner cleans everything. And then put it back together, and that's it. Check the valves first. Try and give this this exhaust port air a bit of a clean out because it's a little sooty. And then that's it. There's nothing really else to be done. So don't want to forget that. I'm gonna just hang that somewhere, hang it over that, and take this to work with me. But that's the end of the stream. So thanks for popping by. Thanks for their chats and stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. All right.